Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing some DIY. Look at this. This is where I steamed my walls thinking I could clean them with the steamer and it just peeled all the paint. So I really wanted to crack on with it and just get it looking a lot better than what it does, because this toilet looks dead. It looks miserable. So we're going to be doing some jigsaw using. Yes, some sanding. Oh, I felt so proud of myself. I did. And yeah, some gluing. I'm cheating for the panelling. A bit of painting as well, brighten it up in here, get it all nice and fresh, and then we're going to be doing some really nice little bits of added touches at the end. But I've got some sandpaper, which I got from B&Q, and I think it was £5.50 for 5 sheets. I didn't know which particular texture to go for, so I just sort of guessed on it, gave them a feel, you know, with the old thumb, and thought, yeah, that feels like it could do the trick. A little rough. And it killed my arm. It absolutely killed me. Like, this was hell. This was the worst part. Well, there's a few parts actually that I could say that, but this one really does. Yeah, it was just grim. I hated it. It was so time consuming. It was arm aching, and every time I felt like I got somewhere, like, yeah, hoover it up, I feel like I'm good with that spot now, more would come off. So yeah, I do return to that. That's a returning job, that is. But you know what? I did all of this for probably about, I don't know, 20 quid. If that. You know why? Because I used everything that I've already got. So the paneling strips I've got, I've had them around for ages because I didn't continue with the hallway because it got too tricky going upstairs, and I want to do wallpaper. And I've got plans for that. I'm not going to go into it just yet. The paint is what we've got left over from the bedroom. This is such good paint. This is Easy Care, Dulux Easy Care Shadow Chic. It's so thick, and you really could get away with one coat, to be fair. But these rollers also are amazing. They're like £7 something, and they had a special offer in B&Q. They were £2 a roller. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. So at the moment I've done some sanding and I've put some paint on because I want to see where I need to, you know, adjust and sand again. And so while that's drying, I thought I'd measure out where I'm going to put these mouldings. I don't think these are much. I think these were they're only like £4 a strip or something when I got them. Yeah, so I've done that, and then I'm using the jigsaw for the first time. I'm like, oh, it's not so bad actually. I really enjoyed it. I thought I could do some more. I want to panel the whole house. Yeah, and at this, £5. No, it was £6. £6 for the glue, and I got that in B&Q also. And I thought, I'm going to cheat. I'm not using that gun thing anymore because I hate it. You squeeze it, it all comes pouring out, and then it gets too stiff to squeeze, and you can't take a break, like, to put the lid back on and then like go off, because by the time you've gone back after a cup of tea, it's all gone rock hard at the end. It's got a hard end. It has. And then you can't use it, and you squeeze like mad and nothing comes out. So I thought, no, I'm just going to use a squeezy one, so then I can come and go as I please, which was handy because I tend to do that. So I've just marked out the behind the toilet, but I have to get it behind the piping. I hate that piping. I hate it. And I've got an extra bit here because I didn't measure it correctly on the side of the window, so I'm doing another one. Squeezing it out was a bit of a nightmare. It was. You have to make sure you've got a firm grip on it while squeezing, but if you press your stomach against it and against the wall, you can just go for it. Yeah, you find all these little hacks. I don't use a, what are they called? Those, oh, I can't remember. Those things that you use to see if it's straight or not. I don't use them because it's so wonky in our house. Like, the walls are wonky, the doors are wonky. It's absolutely pointless. So I just went with me, how my OCD feels around it. If it's like leveler, it's a leveler. I knew it would come to me. It always does. So if it's level to the eye, then it's level, and that's how it's going. So I can see here that it needs another go in. So I was like, right, these are the spots that I need to work on. Out comes some more sanding paper. Honestly, it's horrendous, this was. The other bit that was really, really bad was using the paintbrush. I've got these small paintbrushes which are absolutely brilliant. They're the best paintbrushes I've ever used for these kind of things, because there's no messing about. You'd have to worry about making a mess. But it made my hands cramp so badly. So while I've done that, I'm now going to cut the pieces for going down the panelling. So these strips are the ones that go down the wall. So I've done my edging. I'm just going to line them up, see how I feel. Yes. Do I like that? Does it look level? Is it straight? That's my kind of DIY, that is. None of this messing around. What a absolute professional. Yeah. And if one was like a bit too long compared to the other, I'd try and puzzle them around. And then if it still wasn't right, I'd literally just hack off an end. Just go out there and quickly whip the end off and hope for the best. But here we go with the glue. I'm starting to twist it, but if you twist it too hard and for too long, it farts. It just explodes onto the moulding, and then glue goes everywhere. So you have to be a bit careful. But yeah, use the feet, get it on there. Yes. Can you imagine if someone hired me like a professional paneler or DIY, and they're like, yeah, you can come and do mine? I'd end up on Rogue Traders, wouldn't I? Like secret camera in there, and I'm using my feet to get it against the wall. Yes, but it works, so I don't care. Do you know another thing is, when you do all these things yourself, you just love it that little bit more because you haven't had people come in to do it for you. You just appreciate it so much more. And it's like, you just feel so much more proud. I feel really proud. I do. When you see the end of this, it's lovely. Camera doesn't do it justice. I'm going to give it that. I'm going to be completely honest. The camera doesn't do it justice. Because when you actually go into this toilet now, let me tell you, it's like a poor woman's showroom. That's what it is. That's what I'm calling it. Yes, I'm sticking to it. Oh, yeah. The paintbrush was an absolute nightmare. Not painting itself, because they are the best paintbrushes I've ever used for this kind of like fine, detailing. But for my hands, cramped like mad. It was so painful. It was awful. So in the end, I just used the roller. But if you've got gaps that appear from the glue or whatever it is that you use, the adhesive or whatever, just do what you do. Look, you add a bit of glue to the side, lick your finger, wipe it down, just like sealing your sink, and it fills them. And then you paint over it and you can't see it. I'm so good. Look at me go. Look at me go. I'm one of these people as well that doesn't research anything. Like if I want to do something, I just do it, and I'll go with what my head tells me, or if I mess up, I mess up, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, that would have been easier, but I just go with it. And we get with this green, it's so dark and miserable. It's like walking into a little phlegm ball. That's what it is, a toilet phlegm ball. But with the paint going on, you can see it starts to brighten up, and it feels fresh, and feels nice. Yeah, and I'm really loving the fact I've got rid of that sandy, that peeling bit in the corner, because it's just an absolute eyesore. And it's grim, and I lose the interest to actually maintain the toilet because I just don't like it in there. There's another bubbly bit at the back of the toilet here, so I'm having to sand down a little bit more, as you can see, going straight onto the concrete there. But it paints over well. So this bit took me about, oh God, half an hour just doing the pipe work, because you have to go round it and all the fiddly bits. But here we are at the moment. This is where we're at. This is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Look at my fine work. Oh, yes. It's looking very, very nice. If anyone needed the toilet, it was like, do not touch the walls. Do not touch. I've got a couple of them off because they're starting to come down with this bug that I recently had. And, yeah, they're all dropping down with it. Yes, they are. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something. It's gone at my head. It's gone at my head. I can't remember. Oh, yes, I remember. I started this at just before 9 o'clock in the morning, and I literally didn't stop. Like, if I took a break, it was like I made a cup of tea and then brought it into the toilet so I can carry on. And I didn't finish until about 5, sometime after 5. Oh, my goodness me. I was absolutely worn out. My feet felt like they were twice the size. My arms were killing me. My hands were cramping. My back hurt. Oh, honestly, like an old woman I was last night. Feeling really, really miserable about how my body had reacted. But every time I went to the toilet, I was like, oh yeah, look at that. Yes, should be on the cover of flipping Ideal Home. That's what it should be on the cover of. Ideal Home by Gabby. You know you'd buy it. You'd buy it. I'd buy it, because then I can be like, look, that's mine. That is. That's my toilet. That's where I rest my backside and lay me eggs. Yeah. But I've taken the top of the toilet. What do we call it? The cistern lid. Yeah. Taken that off. Painting all around there as well, so we ain't got any of those, little bits that you miss when you take the cistern lid off. You're like, oh, it used to be green in here. You know when you paint a house and you look and you start pulling stuff out and you're like, the previous people or whatever, and you're like, well, they used to have a green kitchen, or they used to have pink in here. Yeah, you see it. I don't like it. It really bugs me. So I have to, even if I've like gone over the line and I've ballsed it up when I've previously painted and there's a bit of green or something that's flicking out, I will have to go over that with what I'm painting now, even though it shouldn't be there, just because I can't have that showing. I can't. Any trace of the previous colour has to be gone. Gone. Don't like it. I'm putting in some more of this paint. These rollers are so good, literally. You could do a whole wall because they're so thick and fluffy. Like, it holds so much paint. You're just rolling and rolling. Yeah, I felt like flipping Limp Bizkit rolling around in there. Yeah, the fumes were a bit much, you know. I've got glue going on in here. I've got paint going on, but I'm putting on a second coat and it's brightening up. Look. Oh, yes. I don't know if you can hear the old bin boys outside. The bin boys. They're out there collecting all the rubbish. Yep. I still haven't spoken to the new neighbours yet. There's been the little hello, you know. And that's about it. There's been no actual exchange. So, yeah. But I think what they're doing is I think they're pulling up all the lovely flowers out their garden. And I want to catch one of them and say, look, I'll have them. I'll come over and I'll uproot them and I'll put them in mine. You can't be throwing them out like that. No. But there we go. People have different ideas, don't they, of what they want for their garden. We all want different things. And I'm just looking at it thinking, what a waste, because they're so beautiful. They've been growing there for years. Yeah, upsets me, that does. Upsets me. So this is the area of any room I don't like doing the most, and that's around the window. I've always hated it. So it's just, I don't know what it is about doing around the window, but I just find it really like, dreaded. It's the dreaded section. I'm just wiping over any bits that I've accidentally... Look at that grey. Look at it. I like it. I like it a long time. I've got so many parts of this house that I need to crack on with, but I'm definitely doing one at a time. I'm not going to keep doing little bits here, there and everywhere, because when you do see the result, you're like, look at that. So I got a light shade from Dunelm. I was in there the other day, pottering about, I was. And as the usual, I thought, you know, it's only going to come to like 30 quid, and it never does. Never does. But I got this light shade. It's a nice metal type one. Is it metal? I don't know what it is, but it's very nice. And it's grey. And that fits nicely up there. So it gives a nice little low down light when you go in. Almost reminds me of like a little war bunker. Yeah. A little war bunker toilet. And I went to B&Q. These were all in the clearance. So they were marked down to 50% off. Although some of them came up cheaper. I don't know why. This one was a £5. Yeah. For that little bit of foliage like that. And I got these stones, pebble things from Dunelm for £4. They're nice and heavy and shiny. And I like the sensation of them when you hold them in your hands and ruffle them around. Yeah, but they can't stay in the sack. They've got to come out to play. So I'm putting those around the bottom of the old plant, making it look nice. I've told the boys they're not allowed to water the plants by themselves. And I don't mean water them with water when they go in the toilet. Yes, this one was £4, so it's marked down to 2, this little trailing ivory. And it came up as £1. And I was like, I'll take it. Thank you very much. Because you're going to be lovely in here. You are. These plants are going to witness all sorts. Yeah, they're going to witness it all. Bums galore, plopping away. Yeah, got a bit of company in there. And then I'm putting my little seashell fishy thing back up because I really like that. I really like that. I don't know if it goes with the thing. Well, it does actually, because I collect stones from the sea, from the beach, and we always pop a stone in from our days out, like a little remembrance stone. Can't remember where all of them came from. This came from the kitchen. I don't know if you remember, I used to keep the old pan au chocolats on there, and I thought, no, it's getting a bit cluttered in the kitchen. I'm decluttering. I'll tell you, I'm decluttering. And so I thought, no, I'm going to put the toilet rolls in there. That'd be nice. These are little pebbles from, I don't know which beach or where, but they're nice. And this one I got from Dunelm, the green pot, and it was £1. And the little lavender type one came from Home Bargains, but my mum gave me that. And I popped that in there as well. My candle. Yes, you've got to have a candle in there while you're on the old toilet. Comfort. This is what it's like before. Look. Oh, do you know what? It pains me that it took me like 8 hours to do this, and it's like a 15-minute video. My hard labour. Look at it now. Oh, it's a dream. Isn't that a dream? It is. Don't you want to plonk your bum on there? You do. Yeah. And my Sabaton magazines turned up while this was being done, so I can sit on the toilet, do me shenanigans while I read over them. Or I wouldn't. I'm not that sort of person that can do that. Just giving you a little show of the old plant there, because doesn't he look pretty? He does. He looks pretty. Yes, if I find any of those at the bottom of the toilet, I'll be fuming. Because you know it's going to happen. I'm going to find a stone at the bottom and they're going to think it's all hilarious. But it's not hilarious. But anyway, I'm feeling very, very proud of myself. And yeah, thought I'd share it with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got so much more coming. I'm on something again today. And yeah, it's all go, go, go. But I hope you're all keeping well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you also for those who have joined my membership. I will be doing some announcements on there. And there is plenty more to come. So yeah, enjoy your weekend that is upon us. We can't wait. It's flying around very, very quickly. And I will see you in my next one, my lovely little fart pellets.